So our final film of the festival that we have just come out of seeing has been Ordinary Love. Joan and Tom have been married many years. When Joan is unexpectedly diagnosed with breast cancer, the course of her treatment shines a light on their relationship as they are faced with the challenges that lie ahead and the prospect of what might happen if something were to happen to her.
So we had this or the short film, second part, but we just thought, let's see this and hopefully it won't be too morbid and we won't be coming out with teary eyes. But no, it was, I thought, a really beautiful, thoughtful film with the right blend of treating this topic with the right seriousness and drama and honesty that it needs and truth, but also having those lighter moments and seeing the lighter parts of their relationship as well. And it was really nice to see the side of Liam Neeson as well. I mean, Leslie Manville is just incredible. She really takes on this performance full-heartedly. But yeah, seeing Liam Neeson in this kind of dry sense of humour, typical man, maybe struggling to... Anna has just pointed out, he did do it before in Love Actually, and I think that's going to be like over 10, 15 years ago now, probably even more. So yeah, to see him back in that kind of performance, and he really does it so well. And yeah, it's nice to hear him with his Irish accent as well, because I feel like I haven't heard that too often, but truly powerful movie.
I thought it was really lovely. As you were just speaking, I suddenly thought of, we've both recently seen The Farewell. Have you seen The Farewell? Yeah, we've both seen The Farewell, which looks at a very different kind of, well, similar basics, but a different kind of scenario. So again, someone in the family has got cancer, and it's how the family kind of treat it and deal with it. And I think it must be such a difficult topic to look at, because I feel that every single person must know or be connected to at least one person in their life who has had cancer or is currently dealing with it. And I think it's such a thing that everyone can connect to and feel suddenly, how do we present it in a respectful way without it being completely depressing feeling? And it must be so difficult. But this was so well written, and the performance between Liam and Leslie was just so fantastic. You can tell that they have been acting for years and have just this fantastic way of working, and together they were phenomenal. But for me, it was just so respectful and so nice and lovely, and I'm really glad that we chose to come and see this.
Yeah, as Anna just said, I feel like there's so much more to talk about this film. Maybe one day we can... Maybe one day we can do an in-depth review of it when it comes out in the cinemas. I imagine that will get a cinematic release, and it should do. But yeah, just as Anna said perfectly there, I think it's important for people to see these kind of stories, whether you're going through it or, you know, as Anna says, most people will go through this or have someone close to them go through this. So it's important to have these stories, and fantastic that someone can do it with such heart and honesty.
Yeah, I think, this was just such a beautiful kind of story that was told. Obviously there were moments of heartbreak, but also moments of the whole cinema laughed. Like it was really, really lovely. And I think, it was the acting that made it perfect. The fact that I don't know Leslie's own personal experience with these things, but the fact that she went into this her whole of everything went into this. It was utterly fantastic, and at the end, as the credits were rolling, you could see all the thanks where they'd spoken to lots of hospices and lots of cancer centres and lots of people, which obviously is such an important thing to do. And it was something as heavy as this, where it can affect a lot of people. You need to go in with this kind of being prepared and knowledgeable about it. And I think that they did everything right about this film. There was nothing that made me kind of cringe or feel awkward or worried about how people with cancer may see this as some films that come out and people with illnesses. It's like, they should not have made that, or at least have spoken to the people who have it. So I think this was done so well, and I really want to see it again. It's the kind of film that I'd sit down and watch with my mum. It was so lovely. But one thing that I want to bring up, every now and then they'd kind of have like a section, and then they'd break up the section with kind of shots of the house. And James is something like, yes, this is what I want to talk about. Yes. I'll pass it right back in a second.
I thought I've said this a few times, so I'm glad you brought it up, because I completely forgotten that. But that was something that I wanted to comment on, but now I'm stealing your thunder. But maybe you have a different comment than I do. I just thought it was just this really nice pause from what was going on, just to kind of see this home that they've created, the shared history that they have together. And it's also kind of a reminder that, you know, they'll both be gone one day, and, you know, this is what they've built together. But do you have anything else to add to that?
Yeah, when I saw these kind of breaks of the sections, I imagined it. Well, my first thought was, oh no. As it progresses, will the scenes get darker and more distressed, maybe, or things different, to suggest that obviously the breakdown of both kind of person and relationship through the illness. But actually, all of them were very light and airy and bright and decorated and truly them, which I thought it was lovely to show, like you said, that they had built this thing and they were going to stand together, whatever was going to happen. I loved it, and the fact it kind of started at Christmas and ended at Christmas and was this year of a very stressful year, and obviously they'd both gone through things, and this thing that they'd gone through together with their daughter, so tough. So to have this year of kind of I think I use that a lot to describe things, and I'm like, I don't know, but it was a year of really, and then to kind of come full circle and be having Christmas, and then have dealt with life and dealing with it, but have figured out ways to cope and be happy. Yeah, I think it's a big winner from us as our final film of the festival.
Yeah, just quickly picking up on the point that you made, I see some like teen movies sometimes, and I feel like they're exploiting some of these illnesses like in really like cheap romanticized ways. But this film, as Anna said, credits the writing. It goes from really serious, tense moments to really beautiful and intimate moments really well, and you never feel like we're wringing out a scene for hyperbolic, dramatic, cheap entertainment. Basically, it's just, as I said about 5 times now, it's just really felt really honest.